Today, we're going to dive into a really simple, but honestly super profound Buddhist parable. It holds such a powerful lesson about finding inner peace. So let's get right into the story. How can I calm my mind? I mean, it's a question we've all asked ourselves, right? In a world that's just so full of noise and distractions, finding any kind of stillness can feel, well, almost impossible. And this exact question is where our story begins. Okay, so our story kicks off with this young disciple. He's basically someone just like us, struggling with a restless mind, and he is just desperately searching for an answer. And, he does what any of us would probably do. He goes straight to his teacher, this wise master, hoping for some secret trick that's just gonna fix everything. He's really looking for a solution from the outside, which, let's be honest, is a trap we all fall into sometimes. But here's where things get interesting. The master doesn't give him the answer. He just sort of dismisses him, says he's too busy, and sends him off to someone else. Can you imagine how confused the disciple must have been? This is not the direct, wise guidance he was expecting at all. And so the disciple sets off on this journey, but it's not exactly the journey he was hoping for. Not yet, anyway. It's really more of a path of frustrating rejections and a whole lot of confusing excuses. So he finds the first Dharma brother, just like the master said, asks his question, and nope. Shut down again. This brother is totally wrapped up in his own problem, a headache. He isn't offering wisdom, just another reflection. Alright, so he tries the second Dharma brother, and you can probably guess what happens. It's the same story. This brother has a stomach ache, and you won't believe it, he sends the disciple right back to the master to start over. So now the poor guy is just stuck in this ridiculous, frustrating loop. At this point, he's just happy. He goes stomping back to the master, totally defeated. He complains that his journey was pointless, that nobody would help him, that nobody gave him the answer he was looking for. He is completely at his wit's end. And this is where everything changes. Just when the disciple is about to give up, the master finally reveals the lesson. But it does not come in the way you might think. The master looks at him and says something pretty shocking. He doesn't offer any comfort. He just hits him with this sharp rebuke. It sounds incredibly harsh, right? But this so-called insult is actually the key that unlocks the whole thing. Then, the master explains. He's like, look, the headache, the stomachache, my own busyness, those weren't just excuses, they were the answer. See, each person could only take care of their own problem. The first brother had to deal with his own head, the second his own stomach. So who's the only person who can deal with your mind? And right there, in that moment, boom, the light bulb goes off for the disciple. The answer was never going to come from someone else. It always had to come from within. The responsibility was his and his alone. And this realization was so massive, so profound, it actually led to his enlightenment. So, what does all this mean? What's the big takeaway from this story for you and me right here, right now? It's pretty simple, really. The core lesson is this. Whether it's calming your mind or facing any other challenge in your life, the power is with you. We're always looking for someone else to save us, but this story is a huge reminder that the responsibility and the solution is always internal. Okay, so that sounds great, but how do we actually do that, right? Well, the wisdom from the story kind of points to a path. First, you have to engage in some inner conversation. Actually talk to yourself. Then, from there, you work on understanding what you truly want, what your desires are. After that, you learn to play with your thoughts, to look at them without judgment or fear. And finally, you contemplate everything, just giving yourself the time and space to find your own answers. And really, it all comes down to this super empowering idea. You don't need to go on some endless search for a guru or a secret trick. The wisdom, the truth, the ability to find peace, it's already inside of you. So, I want to leave you with this final thought to chew on. Instead of constantly asking other people for the solution, maybe the real question you should be asking is this.